92 Dodge D150 four-wheel drive. Sitting right back here in a hole. Pretty nice interior. Not a bad dash for a Dodge. Oh yeah. Radio delete. Factory air. Power windows, power door locks. Nice little truck. Get a little bit better look at it. There's really no rust on this truck. It does look like it's been painted. A little bit of filler on some dents. It's got a different gate, but this gate's pretty mint. A little whoopsie right there. Fancy. So I guess that's a 318 5.2 Magnum. I don't know. It's fuel injected. I don't know anything about these, so figured it was a good buy. It's four-wheel drive, short bed, old body style. Pretty neat old truck. Maybe it didn't have a color change. Well, if it did, they did a pretty good job. Oh, got some flying ants. That's not good. Uh-oh. Just gonna pretend like we didn't see that. Some sort of hood cable down here. Does crank over. Sounds pretty decent. I don't know what's going on with it. I haven't checked anything yet. I guess I'll start with coil. So we got a little external coil over here, and then look for somewhere to test the fuel pressure on this. Those lights are gonna go. Okay, looks like there's a spot right here. Yeah, I'd say that's probably it. Okay. Got the tester with me, but I do not hear a fuel pump turn on. Nope. Okay, could be fuel pump. Let's see if there's any fuses for it. Alright. Alright, I got a little update here. So fuel pump was not turning on. There's an ASD auto shutdown relay, and there's a fuel pump relay. Both relays checked out good. I'm getting power to everything I need to be getting power to in here. I got no check engine light. I've got no power going to the coil. So start looking further, because I've had two of these older ones, but what do we got right here? The same bulkhead connector, and there's a wire cut out. There's a jumper wire hooked in poorly here and there. I had this one over here hooked in as well. Took that apart, cleaned it up, fixed this wire. Found another one that was going right to the battery. Traced it up. Goes into some tape right to the main harness. So I figured there were some fusible links in here and maybe in here that popped over the years, and that's how they remedied it. So I'm just gonna clean it up and then see if I'm at least getting some power to the coil, or maybe a check engine light. Fuel pump's still not turning on, and I don't feel like crawling under there just yet to see if I'm getting power back there. Dodge things. Alright, so peeled off a little bit of tape. These two are going to this one, that's going to this one, that's coming down here to this one, and then straight to the battery. Oh, also snake skin, some dirt toppers in here. Alright, so earlier I said I was not getting any power to the coil. That was a lie. I was getting 1 volt or 1/10 of 1 volt. Then check this relay here, that was in this one, and the numbers are way too high for what they should be here and here. So I disconnected it and I checked the power to the coil again, and now I have a 0 across the board. So I'm going to stop at O'Reilly's and I'm going to pick up one of these. Should just be a standard relay, and see if that changes anything. And I may stop by the car wash if it's on the way. Alright, so I went ahead and swapped out this ECM. Pretty easy to get to. Should be a stud here and here. Take it out. Take out the connector there. I think I put a, what was this, 8mm on it. And then there's 3 little bolts. But I went ahead and I just took out the whole assembly and then did it out here. So computer runs the coil, fuel pump, other stuff I believe. So I'm gonna put some power to it, throw a fresh battery in it, and I'm gonna see if I've got check engine light, see if that comes on, see if the fuel pump turns on. Hopefully it does. Hopefully that's all it is. I figured do this now instead of just dropping the tank and doing all that stuff. Also, one of these wires, let's see, these were all the ones that were running to that fusible link. This one here I'm not gonna hook back up. It went in to this harness, and I didn't get it on camera, but as soon as I hooked it up, they were sending smoke signals out from over here all the way over that whole harness. So something's broken, shorted somewhere along there. And sure enough, it was one of those times I didn't have it on a fuse. So I don't know, it looks like it just goes to the headlights or something, so it shouldn't be too bad. Maybe it's a blower motor. It could, who knows, it could be anything. But I'm gonna go ahead and hook this up and then see what happens. All right, let's see what I got going on here now. Well, I'm gonna say I had this harness smoking. I think what happened, the relay that was in here was bad, so I got a new one. For some reason I decided to take the bad one out and put it in here. Well, this black wire right here coming out of that one meets up with another one, and from here all the way down out to here was the ground going to the firewall. And it got hot, and it was a really small gauge wire, so that melted, and then it jumped from that ground to this one that it was hooked up to. But this one's actually fairly decent size, and I did check it, it is good. So while I have it out, I didn't feel like crawling all over the engine bay. I gave each one of these its own fuse that used to be in this main, where is it? That used to be in here from the factory. So I'm gonna go ahead, put it all back in. Got a new computer, which I think was the original problem with the truck. Pretty sure the computer is what was stopping the fuel pump from turning on and from getting power to the coil. Yeah, I'm glad I just pulled that whole harness out, because it's a headache to work on them in the truck if you have a choice not to. So came out pretty easy. Just unhook it at the bulkhead firewall, unhook it over here and down here where the computer goes in, which is a terrible place to put a computer, but oh well. All right, let's get after it. All right, harness is back in. I'm gonna hook up the battery, hook up some of those wires that I have the fuses on. I did check the harness for continuity, ohms, all that stuff. Everything looked good on it. The only thing that's not hooked up right now is that one small ground that melted off the firewall. And there's also one wire over there in the harness that was jumped off of. I'm not sure what it's for. It's got a fusible link, but it's coming out of the harness, so I'm just gonna hold off on that for right now. I got keys. Seems as if every one of these Mopars has harnesses that are all butchered up. I don't know. Guess I'll learn on them. I'm gonna wait for just a second, make sure nothing's smoking again. Okay, I got a buzzer in there showing voltage. Make sure that the fan and all that's clear. Boy, they sure got a lot of hoses on here. Alright, I'm gonna see if it'll crank. Alright, we're right back to where we were, right where we started. Huh, alright. Could just be a bad fuel pump. I wasn't really planning on doing a fuel pump if I didn't have to, but I definitely wanted to make sure it was it before I start throwing parts at it. Plus, all this wiring needed to be cleaned up. I mean, it was a fire hazard. It was just, it was insane. Alright, use a little bit of redneck ingenuity. There's fuel pump. So, didn't really feel like dropping this tank. This tank it's pretty big. So, just went ahead and unbolted the 6 bolts. Propped it up, slid it back a little bit, so I can get to the fuel pump right now. Caitlin's gonna hold the camera here somehow, maybe. The cool thing about this fuel pump, it actually has a crush prevention on it, where it can, if you smash in the tank from the bottom, dent it real bad, it won't collapse the pump and the pickup. It'll actually just, it's got a mechanism where it'll slide up and down. I don't like working on Dodges anymore. I know. I should just cut it. Put a new one on. Okay, all right, now that I've successfully removed everything on here. I'm gonna see if I can get it to loosen up. Oh, sweet. That's not too bad. I'm gonna hit it with the air real quick. So I don't have any stuff going in the tank because since I'm not dropping it, I probably won't clean it out unless it's really bad. Okay. Oh. All right. Oh, I'm so close. Damn, this thing's huge.
Biggest tank.
Look at the size of that thing. See how this thing slides up in here?
Yeah.
That's good because oops, goes sending in it.
Grab that. I got the ring and the
Try
top.
to bend that piece that wouldn't come out. There we go. Whoa. How's the fuel look?
Bone dry.
That's your problem. No gas in it. What size this thing? This said crush your tank. It'll still, in theory, should work. Alright, well if there's no fuel in it, it would make sense why that fuel pump got burned up. Started out, got hot, died. Let me put something over there. Alright. Get a Riley said a new fuel pump in stock, the whole assembly. Yeah, looks to be about the same kind. I already got the, I don't know if this is a rollover vent or something, I don't know. I always forget what those are. But I went ahead and I took this piece off, and sure enough, it's just one of those ones you push it all the way in and then pull it back off. But look how much they had on here. I would have never got that off in the truck. It's actually, it's like melted to it. Been on there a long time. So it's a good thing I just went ahead and cut it. I'll clean it up with a razor blade. Pop this in here like so. The new O-ring seals on there. Throw it back in the truck. Put some fuel in it. I know you're supposed to ohm this out. I might do that real quick. We'll see. Alright, here's a new assembly. Like I was saying, it does that in case you ever dent your tank. Kind of neat. You put that in, and I got my hose clamp. So. All right, it's in. It's a little tricky, that O-ring. You kind of want to have the pump assembly up about an inch. Get that O-ring completely seated. Then put the pump down a little bit further and make sure It's seated the whole way around, just like so. And then take the cap. Well, there you have it. Pretty quick and easy. Lines right back up. There's actually alignment now, one on each side. Kind of drops right in. Took the tailgate off, lighten it up. So there you have it. Easier if you ask me. All right, new fuel pump's in. We got it hooked up. I'm gonna turn the key a couple times, see if I got any fuel pressure at the fuel rail. It's got gas in it now. And then I'm gonna see if it'll start. Got plenty of fuel, that's for sure. It's spilling all over the trailer here. Maybe the hose going to the fuel filter. Yep, you know, I knew I should replace that filter. Oh well, I'm doing it now. Probably a cracked hose, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do fuel hose, fuel filter, do it all. She runs. No leaks, that's good. Alright, I'm gonna hook up the rest of the wiring, get the rest of all that stuff back, see if I can get some more of the cluster working. I've got a little bit of work to do here since I had all this out. Yeah, I definitely gotta clean all this up. But it runs. So we're getting somewhere. Got this out as well, so I'll check on all these, button all that back up.